At the same time, take for example in my area of Wales, where we have new EU legislation hitting Welsh sheep farmers, the tagging of sheep, or EID, which despite huge protest from all affected, is being forced on us, despite the technology having major flaws, and cost which is just another nail in the coffin for many farmers. Regardless of objection from MEPs in regions affected, the EU is still going ahead with this project. Now, if I could just turn to the party politics for a moment in Wales, just to explain what we have got there. Now, in England, there are 4 major parties. We always like to get one up in English, so we have 5 in Wales. I'll give you a brief talk regarding the other parties. Plaid Cymru, well, they are the self-named party of Wales, whose major concern these days seems to see how many people they can get in the House of Lords. They've even got their leader, David Wigley, sort of selected, ready to go, but yet there's no vacancy for him yet. Now, in 2004, Adam Price, one of Plaid's MPs, put forward an impeachment order of Tony Blair over the war in Iraq. Now, I, like many of you in this room, did not want to go to war in Iraq. On the face of it, there was nothing wrong with Mr. Price's idea of putting the order through. However, what was scandalous was that it was us, the taxpayers, who had to pay £4,500 for legal advice on this issue. It was brought to our attention that Elvin Llwyd, Howard Williams and Adam Price, all Plaid Cymru MPs, claimed the money back on their expenses. Why should we, the taxpayer, pay for Plaid Cymru's publicity stunt? What makes matters worse, one of their MPs, Elvin Llwyd, is a barrister. Why couldn't he ask himself for advice? Look in the mirror and ask himself. I say they should all pay this money back and pay it back now. A second publicity stunt they carried out was just before the summer recess in the Commons with their SNP cousins over the border. They were all allocated debating time, as they normally are. They roughly get about an afternoon every 18 months. So have a guess what topic was it for their debate on that afternoon? Unemployment in Wales, perhaps? Or maybe wind farms that are blighting our scenery? The Lisbon Treaty, God forbid? No, they chose dissolving the Westminster Parliament. The man in the local pub could have predicted how that vote would turn out. With Labour having the majority, they didn't stand a chance of getting it through. But they excelled in the publicity. It gave publicity stunts to them again. That's all they're about, is publicity stunts. They do not represent the interests of the people of Wales. It is left for UKIP to do that now. They are also hell-bent on splitting up the United Kingdom. Let's make no bones about that one. Plaid were independent from Westminster, but are happy to be minnows in the EU Parliament. As for the Labour Party, we just need to look at the state of the country. Our industry, our banks, the recession they've allowed to happen. The list goes on and on. But the biggest injustice for me has been the issue of the Lisbon Treaty and the fact that they have denied the British people a vote. I am sickened by the way that Gordon Brown talks about the war in Afghanistan and the fact that it will bring democracy to that country, where our young and brave men and women are putting their lives on the line. And yet back home here in the UK, he will not allow democracy to run by denying the people of the UK to have their say on this way. More to the point, the Irish did have their say. They said no. But because it was not the answer the political class wanted, they are facing the ballot paper again. The Irish are forcing the Irish into another referendum in October. I hope the Irish people will not be bullied into submission on this. And for the sake of us all, it will be the Irish that will save our democracy. Gordon Brown, you should be ashamed of yourself. The Liberal Democrats, in my view, they're the biggest hypocrites of all. In their 2005 manifesto, they promised the British people a vote on the constitutional treaty. But when it came to Parliament in the form of the Lisbon Treaty, they behaved appallingly. They talk of democracy, but their actions show they are far from believers on giving people a say. When Parliament debated a referendum on Lisbon, they had a 3-line whip which forced their MPs to abstain, giving victory to Labour. However, in the House of Lords, when the vote went there, they didn't abstain. They voted with the government, thus denying the people the vote on Lisbon that they had promised us. Based on this and other appalling behaviour, I predict the people of Wales have had their belly full of Liberal Democrats. I believe there will be no Liberal Democrat MP returned in Wales after the general election. Wales will be Liberal MP free. It is what they deserve after they prayed the good people of Wales and the good people of the UK. Now, as for the Conservatives, it looks odds on that they will form the next government in the UK. But what kind of government will it be with 75% of our laws made in Brussels? We know that Cameron is desperate to keep Europe off the agenda, but we will make it hard for him through the election period, canvassing and fighting on the ground, showing the great con that the Conservatives are all about. I call upon you, David Cameron, to firmly commit to a referendum on this Lisbon Treaty before the vote in Ireland. You say you won't let matters rest. What does that mean? Have the guts to come out and give the British people the referendum that we deserve, whether it's to be ratified or not. All the parties say that they will be tough on immigration, and all of them know that they cannot deliver. Yes, they can stop non-EUs, although this week we've seen some more disturbing comments from commissioners about another fact regarding immigration for this country, which will affect us all. However, it is the millions coming from the EU that are allowed to live and work in Britain, taking away many jobs from people, skilled and otherwise, which is a complete madness when we have unemployment soon to reach 3 million. British jobs and British workers can only be guaranteed if we leave the EU. Tough on immigration, only UKIP has the answer and is telling the truth. There is a swelling tide in Wales for change. People are now more and more aware of UKIP and what we stand for and what we will be doing for the people of Wales. In July, 2 Merthyr Tydfil County councillors, Adam Brown and Jock Greer, resigned their independent status and joined UKIP to become our first Duty Authority councillors. What a bold move and what a milestone for us in Wales. They are pioneers and we are confident that many will follow. We already have 2 town councillors in North Wales, Janet Griffiths and Jennifer Geddes, who are showing local people that we are interested in grassroots politics and working to make the daily lives of people better. With our successes in the EU campaign and the election of our first MEP, the media in Wales now are starting to take us seriously. Our journey has begun and we are going forward at a great pace. In the first week of my being elected as an MEP, I received a huge amount of press and TV coverage, which we are confident will continue, far more than I had during the campaign itself. We are now firmly on the political map in Wales, and as we press home our message and more people hear it, they will join us, and our position as a major player in Welsh politics will be cemented. We will field a strong contingent of Westminster parliamentary candidates in Wales, giving the people an opportunity to vote for us at the general election. We have already identified several target seats, and will be putting all our efforts into giving the candidates there a fighting chance. In 2011, we will have an opportunity to build on the years of hard work as we have done in the municipality by having our first Welsh Assembly members elected to the Senedd in Cardiff Bay. Now I just want to finish. We alone offer the voice to the people that we are sick and tired of armies of overpaid politicians grabbing more and more power for themselves under the guise of giving it to the people. We are fed up of the way that the EU, through its regional parliaments, is taking over the day-to-day running of our lives. We want change, the people want change, and we in UKIP will deliver change. Thank you.